Welcome back to the channel. If you're a new viewer, please consider subscribing. If you're a regular, thank you for coming back. Now, in the last video, we had talked about what modification were done to this car to make it go a little faster. Today, we're going to discuss the secret recipe that's used to make this car go even a little bit faster. And it's the same recipe used by Honda themselves for the Integra Type R. And that secret recipe is weight reduction. And if you watch one of my other videos, we had an Integra GSR racing with a Civic SI. The cameraman was about 100 pounds at the time. And you can see that 100 pounds makes a lot of difference in these small cars. And today we will go over the weight saving modifications done to this car. And I believe overall we may have saved about close to 60, 70, 80, maybe even 100 pounds. So here we have the intake manifold. It's aftermarket. You're probably gonna save, I wanna say around 10 pounds, because if you actually held up the OEM intake manifold, it's really heavy. You can't even pick it up with one hand. You'd have to use two hands. This intake manifold, you can pick it up with one hand. Here you have the exhaust manifold. This exhaust manifold is really light. Headers is actually really light. You can pick it up with one hand as well. Stock headers, they feel like they are cast iron. I'm not sure what they're actually made out of, but you cannot pick it up with one hand and curl it. You would just have to carry and drag it because it's actually that heavy. So you're probably saving a good 10 pounds there, 10 pounds here. So you're looking around 20 pounds. Now this car doesn't have an evap canister. When we were putting in the intake manifold, I can't remember, but we just went ahead and got rid of it. Car seems to operate fine all these years, so depending on what you're trying to do, you're gonna save maybe like 2 pounds from just that canister, maybe a pound, we'll say a pound. So 2020, 21. Here we have aftermarket shocks. Now these shocks, they are lighter than the stock shocks. I remember comparing the weight, and the stock shocks were a little bit heavier. Maybe not that much heavier, but they were still heavier. So we're gonna save about 1 pound per, just being conservative, 1 pound per corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 pound for the canister, so 5 pounds. 10 pounds here, so 15 pounds. I'm sorry, 10 pounds here, 20 pounds here, so 25. Another 20 pound here. Let's just say 15. This be, because I remember them being really heavy. Is about as heavy as my 20 pound dumbbell. So let's say about 10 pounds. Use 10 pounds, 10 pounds, 10, 20. 21 for the canister, 22, 23, 24, 25. Also, we're gonna say about 2 pounds for the windshield washer reservoir that's down here. In the past, we had a deer had hit us, messed up this bumper, messed up the reservoir, and so we just went ahead and deleted that at the time. Just never installed another one in there. So we're gonna say about 2 pounds. So we got 25 pounds, 27 pounds. These calipers actually a lot lighter than the stock calipers. So we're gonna save about 2 pounds per caliper. So we're at 26, 28, 30 on the other side. Now this whole rear has been, I guess you could say, semi-gutted. So we're at 35 pounds. There's no spare tire, no spare tire jack, no spare tire tools, no rear seat on the bottom, no rear seat backrest, and also no hatch cover. Here there usually is a piece of hatch cover, and I actually weighed it. It weighs about 7 pounds, believe it or not. The little piece that just covers this part right here. So you're looking at about 7 pounds. I want to say the seats all together, you're looking at about 25 pounds. We'll just say 20 pounds. Spare tire and tools, we'll say another 20 pounds. So 20, 40, 47. So there's 47 in the back. 47, 48, 47. And also these rims, if I'm not mistaken, I'm saving about 2 pounds each per corner. So 2, 4, 6, 8 each corner, so 8 pounds right there. So let's go ahead and recap about approximately how much pound we have saved trying to reduce the weight. So 2 pounds per corner, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 pounds, 9 pounds, 10 pounds, another 20 pounds, so that's 30 pounds, another 20 pounds, so that's 50 pounds, 7 pounds up here, so 57 pounds. Now there are miscellaneous suspension parts. I'll give you guys a sneak peek real quick. If you can see in there, some miscellaneous suspension parts. And we will just say that all these miscellaneous parts, they are lighter than stock. If you ever held a lower control arm, stock OEM lower control arm in your hand, you will know that it's actually really heavy versus aftermarket lower control arms. So we're gonna say total weight saving of all the miscellaneous suspension parts, 10 pounds. So we'll go ahead and add that to the total. All right, guys, so as you can see, I was starting to confuse myself. So here's a list of the weight saved on the front and the rear and the total weight. These are just rough, conservative estimates. And there you have it, folks. That is the secret recipe to making your Integra GSR or any car a little bit faster. Thank you for watching. Please hit the notification. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, share, and follow. Thank you very much.